Welcome to the Investor Impact Power Talks with Vinney Chopra, where investors gather to share their insights and strategies in the world of multifamily, real estate, and beyond. Get ready to be inspired.
Hi there. Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be together. Right there. Brother Dave is there, and Franco is there, and we got Saurabh just joining. Let me go ahead and share what our attorneys ask us to do, which is right there, our frame. First one. There we go. From the start. Again, glad you join us today. I hope you are excited and welcome to Vinney Weekly Inner Circle Mastermind. Myself and Dave Mulvaney, we do it together. I talked to Ethan today too. Ethan lives right there in Florida, and he was texting me from Aruba. I think I didn't realize. He says, Vinny, I've been going there 15 years. So every year he goes with his dad and his sister and mom, stepmom and all. So again, this is a welcome to the mentoring program. We talk about interest of real estate and commercial hotels, senior assisted living, senior living, right there, storage units, whatever, franchise, all that. Again, we want to make sure this webinar is for only entertainment and educational purposes only. I should say entertainment. I don't know, in this frame it doesn't say that, but it's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Should not be considered as a legal accounting advice. Please do consult with your own attorneys, financial advisors, CPAs, like that, right? So we'll just come back here and let's talk about what's happening in the field and what we want to talk about. I've got a few things prepared also about insurance. I promised last week I'll give you the whole spectrum on insurance. I know Saurabh asked me, he said that he's meeting with some operators, and so maybe that document we could talk also, what to ask them and how to find those operators. That'll be tremendous. I had a good talk with my operator in Phoenix area. So she shared with me some insight into payroll and everything. So I'll talk about that too. And anything else. So Dave, we'll start with you. How are you, bro? Yeah.
I am doing great. I have two wineries under contract. The second one will be all terms. I'm flying there in July to meet with the family there. And like I told you, Vinny, we're looking to roll up. I say roll up, which means buy one after the other.
Yes.
Get to 10 million in earnings. And so once you cross the 10 million in earnings, you can sell to private equity. So
Yes.
what you buy for 3 times that's why we're buying real estate with it. What you buy for 2 to 3 times the earnings, you can sell it 8 to 15 times the earnings once you get across the 10 million in EBITDA, which is like NOI. In if you were just looking at it from commercial, I've had this other one under contract, and now the seller has agreed to take all 100% seller financing.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah, 1.95 million. No interest either.
Wow.
0% interest, principal only payments for 7 years, and then a balloon. So that's it.
Let me ask you a question then. Is it that for 7 years they already have some room in that price, maybe, that they're giving you the whole winery at a seller financing with 20% down? I didn't hear what percentage.
Zero down.
Zero down. Zero down. So maybe people who might be watching this or listening to this, other students also. So why are they selling? I think that just comes to my mind right away. 7 years, zero payment to them. No, you'll be paying, no, you're paying zero interest, but it's a balloon after 7 years. So actually they're giving you the whole winery on a silver platter, and you'll be operating it, huh? Yeah.
So it's like finding a stabilization in real estate or a highly undervalued piece of real estate. In this case, once again, I will, and this is the easiest way to understand it. Wineries have a lot of real estate. That real estate is generally not very highly valued without the business that's on it. So there's
Yes.
one
Yes.
tenant. That's the problem, is there's one tenant. And so
Wow.
this particular winery with one tenant, the family makes $220,000 to $250,000 a year, and that's it. So if I were to go to a bank and say, hey, I want to buy this winery, the bank is going to loan us 2.7 to 3 times the earnings that 220,000, let's say. So the bank loan on 660,000, rough, that's
Yeah.
then, but that wouldn't include the land. The acquisition is about how, so why are they selling? They've owned the business for 27 years. The owners are all of them are in their 70s, and they're just done. And
Yeah.
nobody will come in and pay them what they want for the business. So, well, they owe 400 grand they have a loan for 400,000. That loan will
Yes.
remain in place, so I'm buying the corporation. That loan will stay in place, so my 1.95 million that I'm buying it for, the loan will stay in place, and then a balloon in 7 years. It's like a bridge loan, but what it does is it lets them transition out of the business, but still have oversight, because we'll supply quarterly reports, but then we can increase the revenue of the business. There's so
Yes.
many ways. They're just tired. It's almost like a tired landlord. They're
Yeah.
tired of the business. They don't have any more energy to get the thing making money again. And whether it's a winery, whether it doesn't matter if you're renting canoes. If you have the right piece of property and a strong value add strategy, like you would in multifamily or in senior assisted living,
Yes.
or even residential assisted living, any of those, you're taking an asset. In your case, you're buying these residential assisted livings that are,
Yes.
they're not valued yet because they're not turned into the RAL yet.
Yes, exactly. They are not, what's the word? They are not filled up yet, right?
So,
They're empty. They're empty.
yeah, so this is a real estate acquisition that is just using creative financing to acquire it and dealing with a seller who is in a position that they're open to, I want to walk away, but I don't want to close the doors. That's a lot of people just close the doors.
Yeah.
If they're making 250 grand a year, they're like, we'll just close the doors, sell the land, pay off the loan, and walk away with nothing. This way they can walk away with a lot more.
Oh, sure. Makes sense. Total sense. I think it's finding that tired, or we say burnt out, right? Owners of apartments and things like that. But they just, and even if the children don't want to take care of it, then you are finding, okay, let's make something out of it, which is a good thing. They could sell 1.9 that you're paying, even though the money is coming, it's going to come in 7 years, and their loan will not get into foreclosure or anything. They don't have to, and they'll see the progress being made with your business plan. So that's
And we're going to pay
fantastic.
them. We're going to pay them $60,000 a year for 7 years. So it's not a ton of money, but
Yeah.
that'll take 420 off the principal. So we're paying 1.95, but 420 will come off the principal plus the $400,000 underlying mortgage. So really, we're paying about just over around 1.1 million once you take off that. But in the interim, in those 7 years, I can increase the revenue to pay off the first mortgage.
Totally.
And then by the time we do that, we'll have purchased like the Westport winery. That's a money-making winery. The idea is to buy a money-making winery and roll up others that are making a little money and leverage the entire company. Yep.
Awesome. Good job. Any question from Saurabh or Franco on that? But that's good. The times have changed from multifamily, and it's great that you're expanding horizon into other avenues to make the numbers work. So fantastic. Yes.
David, I had a question.
Uh-huh.
So I think, David, you mentioned that the 250,000 in revenues and then 2.7x, that's what the bank is going to loan upon, 2.7 to 3x, right? So let's say we call it 750,000. So that is just for the wine business. Do they also value the real estate that is within? Because I think that's one of your play, right? Because you're paying them 1.95. What is the total value of the entire deal real estate?
So that's a perfect question, because the reality is, for me to finance the business down the road immediately, so we'll buy this with two corporations. One will buy the real estate.
I love that. I love that. What did you do like this? Mind balloons. Yeah, you went like that. Oh, look at that again.
So
How come
we'll
we
buy it
can't
with,
do it?
we'll buy it with two corporations,
Yeah.
and one will own the real estate. So the way to make it more valuable down the road is not only getting the business to where it's earning roughly 500,000 a year in, we'll call it net, we call it EBITDA, but $500,000 a year in EBITDA by the time we go to refinance. But in the interim, the winery starts paying rent monthly on the real estate. Because right now, if the winery owns the real estate, so doesn't make a payment on the real estate, only makes a payment on the $400,000 mortgage they have existing on the real estate. So we're going to convert that so that the two earnings together, 500,000 in EBITDA, and then a rental EBITDA in another corporation, you can finance that. So if we go to, let's just say 550,000, and then it's paying a rent, we'll just say it's got a rental equivalent of, let's just make 75, just say it makes $75,000 a year. So the bank will look at that and they'll say, okay, the rent, what's the cap rate in the area? Let's say it's 0.075. So the bank will say, okay, the real estate's worth $1 million now. You're making 550,000. We'll give you 2.7 on that 550,000. We'll give the whole thing a value. Let's say they give you whatever, 2.7 on 550,000. What would that be? 2.7 would be 1.48. They would value the entire asset at 2.5 million. And all I'll need at that point is about 1.1 million, because that's all I have left on the note. So I'll have equity, and I can refinance the business and put money in my pocket, and that money will be tax-free. And I'm not giving investing advice, but why will it be
true? That's true.
Borrowed money.
Yeah, refinancing always is not a tax consequence at all. You get money out because the dead equity or whatever profits or equity you could refinance, and then you take it out. Dave, that's what you're saying, right?
So the bank was, let's say they'll loan 75 cents on the dollar at the end of 5 years. So I don't go down to 7. Let's say I go out to 5. They'll loan me 1.875. I pay off whatever's left on that 400,000, pay off the 1.1 to the seller, and I'll be able to walk out of that transaction with 500,000 in cash and a business that's making money. And that's why I'm actually overpaying for the asset, but because the payment is so low, it doesn't matter as long as I do exactly what Vinney teaches. If you're going to buy an asset, you got to increase the net operating income. There's no way around it. That's the play. That's all we're doing. It's worded different because there's a business involved, but it doesn't matter. We're going to increase the value by increasing the net operating income. And by doing it, we'll be able to pocket $7,000. Yeah.
Awesome. That's exactly is the key thing, is that the cash flow is king, but NOI is bigger king, because cash flow comes after the NOI, after we pay for the loan. And you said, I was able to buy RAL because of the seller financing. And the good news is I just signed a contract for another one very close by in Scottsdale. And that came into my fold just 3 days back. And I did some due diligence, and it's an active license already on that property, but it's empty. And my partner, Lori, just interviewed a operator who has a valid license, and she lives close by to this Scottsdale house. So anyway, so we're doing a hard money loan on this one because I offered to have seller financing just like Danielle did. She's my realtor, by the way. Can you believe the one who sold me the first one brought this deal 3 days back, and now she's selling it to me, the second senior assisted living, but this is from a different seller. She'll make 2% commission on it. And for my hard money loan, we asked for 1% to be given back by the seller, and then we reduced the price also. Prices around there in Scottsdale in that area are like 1.3 million or something, and I'm buying for 960, and it's ready to go. It's 10 bedroom and I think 5 bathroom or something like that. Beautiful location, everything. Again, it's all creatively figuring it out. I'm going to get a loan at 11%, I think. She got it approved because Danielle knows so many hard lenders. So she told them, this is the property and Vinny is strong. My buyer is strong. So would you approve the loan? So anyway, so that's the big thing would be to look at the NOI. That's what we are talking about, right? Cash flow, cap rate doesn't matter. Financing matters, but if you can give higher price even and make the numbers work and you could put your business plan into action, it's a win situation. Win situation. So let's go into maybe Saurabh. Yeah, tell us how you said you found some operators locally. So I'm very curious to find out what did you find from the residential assisted livings? Yeah.
Just reaching out to a few operators in the Bay Area using that link that you shared earlier, RAL home locate, basically look RALs in this area. So
Hmm.
looking at some places, Danville, uh, where you
That's
are.
where I live. I
Yeah,
live
yeah.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah, so Danville and then San Ramon. So these are the
It's
places that I'm
right
looking.
there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Did you
So
find quite a few homes? It's amazing. These are regular homes, and you don't even know that they are tied to the assisted living right in my backyard. People do like to live in San Ramon and Danville, Alamo, huh? All
So
those.
now, Vinny, in your subdivision, they wouldn't allow REL, right?
They will not. They will not. It has to be outside homeowners association. I think even the second home we own, Feather River Court, right there, 2 miles away from us, it's also in a HOA. So you have to have already cleared would they allow, they won't, because you cannot commercialize. Yeah, it's a commercial, right? It's a single family home, but you're running a business of having 6 seniors or 8 seniors, so they won't allow that. But you're right, yeah, there will be other places in the county. I'm also, Danville is proper city and Blackhawk. Blackhawk is a county. 94506. So we are a part of Danville, but we have our own zip code. And we are in the unincorporated area, actually. Franco knows it because he gave me loan on both these homes. Thanks to you, brother. Yeah, Franco is a great guy, loan with PNC Bank, wonderful person. And so, Franco, what's happening with your home, brother? Yeah.
I completed the orientation, uh,
Huh.
connected with a gal down here that's very knowledgeable on the licensing. So she's actually been a blessing. She's actually very knowledgeable, helping me out, guiding me through as well. I think she'll be in contact moving forward. We got the contractors. We started reviewing the house, and it seems like it's already pretty friendly as far as like entrance. All the bedrooms are located in the same kind of area. There's plenty of bathrooms, square footage, all that stuff is good to go. I think what we're trying to do next is part of that is finding the operator, starting to get that going. And then a little bit of like how the timing goes, right? That's what I want your input as far as, okay, so let's say we start the licensing process. I know we'll have the LLC. We'll get the name, I'll open that up real quick.
Yep. Yep.
But where do you start the fixing up of the home along with getting the licensing? How do you stagger that, or how do you line all that up?
Sure, sure. I think the next thing, which looks to me, you already have the home, financing is in place, which is a very good thing, 5.5%, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Now, licensing, you talk to the operator, and the location is good. You talk to this county. I think you have to talk to the county, the health department, the fire department, all them, because they need to really say, hey, this location. Yes, if everything is modified, ADA compliant, bathrooms are done, all that, then they will come through everything. Sprinkler systems are already there. I think you mentioned. So you want their blessing for the location. Is it close to the hospital? Would they approve it? So it
Right.
takes 3 weeks, 3 months to in Arizona, which I have found, right? So my first RAL, we are already application is in, everything is in. Now we are looking at the sprinkler system coming and the fire department coming, then health department will come for my Desert Cove location. This new one, which I was just mentioning, it has an already operating active license. So I am looking forward to have that taken over quickly, and I'm closing within 3 weeks, let's say, because I'm closing on July the 15th. That also because I want to inspect the home. So I told Danielle, I told Lori, they are my good partners. One is the realtor who sold me the other RAL, and she brought this into my fold. It just came on the line. We got the right away in 5, 6 hours. We put a price offer in a contract, and then they countered it, and now we were going for seller financing, all that stuff. But the key thing is you definitely want an operator who will bless this home, and you need to hire that because they have to start the application. See, you cannot start the application. She has to put her license on it.
Okay.
So that is the one. So it's good to actually get a consultant like I was able to find out one, and there will be several of them. Somebody just told me, oh, I got a text from somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think. My good friend lives over there, Praveen Datta. And he said he met with somebody and she wants my help or something. But you have to find a local operator, right? And they will be there. They are there. And you have to have them get involved to get the licensing done.
Okay. Got it.
Yep, yep, yep. So that's the next step. Then insurance. So let's talk about
Yeah.
insurance too, because that's a big thing on my mind and everybody's mind. So this, we're going to just let it go here. We don't need it. I think they changed some things. What says name? Okay, there we go. We just let it go here. So let's just go to insurance, right? I said it's on my Google Doc. I think it's there. I should have opened it up. I've been changing computers all day long. So there we are. This is my 50 gigabyte, and this is my other one, which is this one. And there it is, RAL book. I'm writing a book also on RAL, by the way. Vinny's got so much time. And then let's go here. Insurance. RA. Oh, there we go. Stephen Beaver is coming in. Hey, Steve. Good to have you, bro. Yeah. So insurance. Let's see here. Insurance. Ah, there it is. Wonderful. So I want to take you all into what kind of insurance is. Hey, Steven, good to have you, bro. So we are talking about RAL and the key types of insurance you should consider for operating residential assisted living right in Arizona. General liability insurance. This is crucial coverage that protects your facility against lawsuits for bodily injury, property damage. It covers legal fees and damage awards if a resident, visitor, or employee is injured on your property. For assisted living facilities, general liability insurance typically starts with limits of 1 million per occurrence to 2 million. So it's good to give these kind of numbers over there. Second one is professional liability insurance. I might have mentioned to you, I think, a couple of weeks back too, also known as the errors and omissions insurance. Now, because we are operating a business along with real estate, just like realtors also need that, doctors also need it, lawyers need it, everybody needs that. Errors and omissions insurance. This covers claims related to the professional services you provide, such as medication management or care care planning. So this is very big right there. Property insurance, we all know about that. Being in real estate, this protects your building and its contents from damage due to events like fire, theft, or natural disasters, vandalism, all those things, right? Then we go to the workers' compensation insurance. Now, that is the one which is required of Arizona for businesses with employees and covers medical expenses and lost wages if an employee is injured on the job. Now, I think that's the other part I should talk about. I'm not an attorney or a CPA, but the key thing is you could do independent contractors. But if you tell independent contractors, hey, you be there 7 a.m. or you be there at 10 and you leave at 5, guess what? They're your employees. They're behaving like that you have them as your employees. So we have to be really make sure that you give them W-2 rather than 1099. So I'm understanding that part also, which I did when I had my big management company in Texas for apartments. We had W-2 people, all of them. So that's that one, right? And then we got the auto insurance, which we don't need it. I talked to because we never have vehicles that transport residents or like that. It's upon them. We have mobile services, Ubers, and all that for RALs. I know over there in Florida, we had the big van that we bought the van and so forth. So we needed the insurance there. Directors and officers insurance, that's a big one. For all of us entrepreneurs, it's very big to have the liability insurance, DNO, it's called DNO. This protects the personal assets as of your company's directors and officers of LLCs and things like that, if they are sued to alleged wrongful acts in the managing of the company, if you make a wrong decision or things like that. The other one I remember I mentioned to you, I got hacked 4 or 5 years back. So cyber liability insurance, which I used to have it, I don't have it now. I did it then when I had a lot of multifamily units. So cyber liability crosses data breaches or cyber attacks. And then business interruption insurance. Now, that's a good one to have also. What happens if helps cover the lost income if your facility has to temporarily close down or due to covered event such as the fire or natural disaster. So most of the property I know when I did the property insurance also for multifamily, we always had that interruption, business interruption insurance. That really safeguards you. You might say, Vinny, oh my gosh, that's so many insurances, right? But you it's good to have them. And I will give you some numbers as I'm talking to a local insurance agent over there in Arizona, where Lori gets insurance, and we're going to both go over each and everything and see what total amount will be and so forth for my one facility. So there it is, an employee benefits liability insurance. This covers errors and omissions of the administration, and then abuse and molestation liability insurance. Given the vulnerable nature of your residents, this coverage is crucial to protect against the claims. So there we are. And
You know,
I
that's an interesting coverage, Vinny. I've never seen abuse and molestation, but granted, if you're doing RALs, like you've seen videos of like people like the employees like hitting
yeah.
a senior, abusing them, and yeah,
Mm.
you could lose your business over that.
Yes, 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 exactly. So these are really good sources for you to keep in mind. I would love to send this. Anybody needs it. Then the other document I was saying was the questions. Maybe do you have that document you want to go over? Huh? Saurabh, I don't know if you have it available. I emailed you that where I asked what questions to ask the operators as you are interviewing RAL operators, maybe, right? Or
Yeah.
something I said. Huh?
We can
Maybe you can go over that. Yeah. Would you like that? Yeah,
sure.
sure. That'll be nice to go over. As we are learning this whole thing, I got several people excited today. I was interviewed by Jillian Sidoti. She's got a very big, she's the syndication attorney, big one, and she's into now as it, other things. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. And Jeffrey, Jeff, my brother. So we interviewed over there. Yeah.
That's all for this episode of the Investor Impact. Stay tuned for the next episode and don't miss out on the opportunity to learn and grow alongside this powerful inner circle.